welcome back to my channel. I have been thinking about this morning channeling a message for a collective here who feels jaded, who feels pissed the fuck off at spirit, who is in some sort of beef with spirit. This is a collective who essentially is being used as a pawn, a game piece by the universe. Someone that comes in and activates other beings and gets attached to other beings and has relationships with other beings, but they're never meant to stay long term, right? This is like, I'm literally feeling the energy. I started the reading and then I started feeling like really pissed off just immediately, like, and so I'm just getting this feeling that you're, whoever this is, whatever collective this is just feeling really pissed off, really angry with spirit, really angry with the world, because no matter what they do, the relationships in their life don't align with what they want long term. They don't align with who they are. And it just keeps happening. Like, it's just like, oh, like it's another karmic relationship, or it's another like catalytic relationship. Like, and you're getting sick and tired of it. Like, it's almost like this feeling like, I don't want to go on. Like, I'm not going on like this. I'm not doing this shit again. Like, that's the energy that I'm getting. It's a very like jaded, very angry energy, because it's just like, okay, like, when is it my turn to have these reciprocal fucking relationships that are meant to be long term? Like, why am I just here to be a fucking pawn in your game? Why am I just here to be used as a fucking chess piece that you get to move wherever you want for whatever you want, and then I don't get anything? Like, I don't have any sort of wants or needs or anything like that. Like, I'm a human being. Like, I need community, and you keep bringing in people and taking them away, right? For my learning, for their learning, for the greater good of all. But it's like kind of like an energy of fuck the greater good, fuck all of them, like fuck all of that. Like, I don't give a fuck about that. Like, where is my, like, it's my turn. 222 on the clock. So that's what I'm feeling like very, very heavily right now. It's just a very, I wouldn't say negative energy. It's just like a very like much so pissed off. Like, I'm fucking sick of being used as, like, I'm not, like, my life is not a fucking game, and I'm sick of you treating me as such, you know? So that's the energy that you're feeling. I want to not channel that energy specifically, because I don't want to pull cards for that. What I would like to pull cards for is your long-term like soul family. Like, you're looking for soul connections, you're looking for soul family, and you want to know, sorry, I cut my thumb here, I guess. I bet it was my cat. You want to know that, like, that there is something, like, this is gonna be, like, all of this fucking bullshit that the universe has put you through is going to be worth something. Like, it's not just fucking nonsense. Like, I'm not just being used as a pawn, and, like, I'm not just gonna end up like this single lonely fucking person living in a fucking cabin in the woods, like, hobbled away one day. Like, no, like, you want reassurance that you're, like, this isn't all for nothing, you know? Like, that this is either like preparing you for something or whatever. I don't know. I'm just feeling like you're very pissed off, very angry energy, and that's not necessarily the angry or the energy I'm going to be channeling for the cards themselves. However, I am going to be channeling what is coming in for you, what spirit does have planned for you, in the sense of like a long-term reciprocal non-catalytic sort of relationship, something that isn't karmic, is meant to stay long-term. Yeah, sort of those sort of things. So yeah, give me a second to kind of clear this energy, because that anger runs deep. Like, this is a deep, like, I'm fucking, it doesn't feel like a boo-hoo, poor me. It's like I've had enough. 444 on the timer. Like, it's literally like, I've had enough. I'm not doing this anymore until I get my reward, until I get my flowers. I'm not doing this shit for free anymore. I'm not working for free. So let me clear the energy and I will get back and we'll jump into that. All right, Spirit, we have an angry, jaded group of people. No offense, like I have felt the exact same way. I sometimes still do feel the exact same way, but the energy that we're going to be tapping into for them is what is actually to come for them. We're sick, like, we know they're upset, we know how they're feeling, we know what's currently going on and the cycles that have been occurring for them. We're wanting to tap into what is actually coming for them for a long-term sort of thing. What is actually coming to them? Too much fucking noise. Hold up. Sorry, my dog was making a lot of background noise. However, Spirit does say here that this is kind of a difficult energy to kind of channel into, because I'm having to kind of stave off on one hand, like kind of push away this negativity or whatever, to hear, not negativity, but like these, it's a very strong emotional energy. Like, it's just being fed up. I have to kind of not channel so much the emotions behind it and try to channel the message behind it, right? I'm getting here that you're not quite clear on what you want stability wise and what you want emotional wise. You're starting to work on those things. You're starting to know. The anger is coming from a place of where you're starting to understand that, like, what you have been going through and what's been happening for you. Like, you're like, it's not fair, it's not fulfilling, I don't want this. But I also get that maybe you're not a person who is so attached to outcomes and so attached to, like, this is how it needs to be, which makes kind of an unclear picture of what the universe is supposed to be bringing you. But I don't feel, on some level, like, I just don't feel like that's your fault. Like, I feel like you have been having to persevere through all the bullshit that you've been put through, like the ripping away of what you thought was stability, and then the rebuilding of these relationships, and then ripping them away. Like, it's just constant clearing. Like, it's like the constant clearing, constant death, rebirth, karma, like all of that. And you're like, I want to settle the fuck down. I'm sick of doing all this. Like, I'm done with this energy. But it's like, you're not clear on exactly what it is you want, because you're like, honestly, I feel like at this point you've lived so many lives and had so many different connections that you're like, I'm not even, it's giving like, I'm not even picky about, you know, the fucking logistics of it or the specifics of it. I just know that I want these traits and I want it to be long lasting. I want it to be stable. I want it to be emotionally fulfilling, and I want it to be long lasting. I want 10's energy across the board, right? I want 10 of cups, 10 of pentacles energy, not 10 of swords or 10 of wands. You're like, I've been getting the 10 of swords and the 10 of wands. I want 10 of pentacles, 10 of cups energy. Like, that's what I want. And it's like, there's so many different options and different ways that the universe can send something like that to you. And I feel like you're probably even getting sick of maybe hearing, maybe you've watched other videos where they're like, oh, you need to manifest, you need to get clear on what you want. And it's like, you're like, I don't give a fuck about what it actually looks like in reality. Like, obviously, like, I have preferences, but it's like, I just want something made for me, meant for me, and meant to stay. Like, that's the energy that I'm getting, right? Yeah, you're wanting your justice. I tried picking up the deck. This is the underlying card. This was actually the underlying card, but when I picked up the deck, it stayed down, and so I went back down to pick it up again, and it stayed on the table again. So you're wanting your justice. You're like, the scales are imbalanced. I've been getting a lot of bullshit. Like, I need my fucking reward for going through all this bullshit. Like, where's the money at? Where's the love at? Like, I want it all, and I want it all now. Like, I'm sick of you fucking playing in my face. Like, I'm done. Like, this is a very, like, I'm fucking done energy. Like, I'm not doing this shit again. I'm not doing this shit anymore. And I think particularly in the space of like work, like, again, you're ready to, holy shit, like, I did it again. I tried to pick up the deck, the card on the bottom fell out, the Fool. Like, you're wanting something new. You're like, I'm not doing this shit anymore. I'm starting over. We're not, like, fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. Whatever you got going on, fuck this shit. I don't give a fuck what the fucking bigger plan is. Like, if there's a bigger plan, I need to be fucking part of it. Like, and I can't, like, it's almost like I can't continue to give to the greater good if I don't get something out of it. Like, I feel like you have just had your stability and your emotional state just fucking rocked. Again, 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords energy, just kind of consistently. It's like, it's just like for however long you've been like cognitive or cognizant of, you know, what's kind of going on in your life. And it's like, you maybe even just like woke up to it and you're just like, no, what the fuck is this shit? Like, why? Like, when is it my turn? When will my life begin? Like, when is it my fucking turn? And you're kind of like putting your foot down to the universe and being like, excuse me, you're kind of putting your foot down to the universe and being like, I'm not giving anymore until I get what I deserve. Okay? Till I get what I'm owed. Pay me my fucking money. Okay? Hearing Rihanna, bitch better have my money. Like, that's the vibe. And it's not specifically just money. It's like, give me my fucking soul tribe. I need my soul tribe. I need my fucking job. I need my stability. Like, I'm sick of your bitch ass telling me this, that, and the other thing, and that I gotta wait. Like, I'm done. I'm done. Yeah, literally. This is the energy that you've been going through constantly. It's like, this is all I've gotten. This is what I've gotten back. Yeah, I've got lessons. Cool. Great. Now I need the fucking conditions to apply the fucking lessons. Like, stop playing in my face. You're like, I need balanced conditions to apply my fucking lessons. I'm sick of living in this 10 of Swords. I'm sick of going through the 10 of Swords. I'm sick of going into these situations optimistic and happy and then ending up here. Like, and it's almost like it's like emotionally, it's almost like you can't even get emotionally involved in things anymore because you're just like it's like almost a toxic level of detachment where you're like, I don't give a fuck anymore. Like, I could give a fuck less about this relationship. I could give a fuck less about, you know, all of this shit. Again, you have been let down by partnership over and over and over again. Like, you are literally just like, man, like, I'm fucking sick of feeling this way. I'm sick of feeling like I'm losing shit and that I can't hold on to shit. Like you're like, I'm done with it. I'm done with it. And you're putting up some boundaries with the universe. You're like, okay, I think that's maybe what you need to do, is maybe put up some boundaries with the universe. Like, you're feeling the 4 of Cups, you're feeling the 10 of Swords. You need to put up some boundaries with the universe and be like, this is what I'm not going to accept anymore. I'm not going to accept half-assed relationships. I'm not going to accept half-assed fucking stability. Like, I'm wanting something clear. I'm wanting something real. I'm wanting something long-term. And I'm tired of you sending in all these fucking half-assed relationships. Particularly relationships, I feel like, because I feel like you're very much so somebody who could at any point kind of turn around their financial situation. Or like, you have the intention to, right? Like, you've put the intention out there and you're working on that. But you understand that, you know, financial grounding takes a little bit of time. Especially if you've made like poor financial decisions in the past. However, you're like, for relationships, it's like, it's almost like you're discovering even the relationships that you have or have had for a long time. Like, it's not even like you're discovering it, but you're like finally accepting that even the relationships that you have kept for a long time, like, they're not fulfilling. They're not fulfilling, and you've kept them at a distance because they're not good relationships. These are not true friends. These are not true soul tribe, is what I'm getting. Okay. What else? So what is coming in for them, Spirit? What is coming in for them? Yeah, they're not going to be happy with that nonsense. Okay. So we have the Hermit here and the Two of Cups. The Hermit actually came out first. I forget that it's backwards for you, but we have the Hermit and the Two of Cups. I'm going to clarify these energies here. I also feel like part of the issue here, okay, so I'm hearing like maybe needing to go within to see what it is you actually want in your relationships, but I'm also getting like you're not somebody who's so picky that like you're like, I'm getting you're very accepting of people. It's not like, oh, they have to have particular religious beliefs, they have to have particular this, like you just want somebody who is open-minded, kind of accepting, wanting to kind of expand their mind, someone who wants to talk to you about things, someone who's just kind of receptive and wants to build, emotionally mature. Let me see. I've read the Hermit here. I'm not taking that. I'm literally not taking that. No, 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 no. Stop giving me that. Clarify the Hermit. Sorry, before when I tried to start this reading, it set out, like when I was getting frustrated about the energy being too dense to kind of move through or even read, because I was getting very upset just channeling the energy, and then I pulled the cards and I'm like, you're not even making any fucking sense, and I got frustrated and I was like, I have to restart this, right? Those same cards came out again and I was like, I'm not taking those, like I will not, like I'm like, again, it's like refusing that, like it's like when you see something that isn't exactly what you want, just refusing it, just being like, I'm not taking that, I'm not taking that for an answer, like I need a real response. So the ego here, that's crazy. The Hermit here is talking about needing to keep your ego in check. Needing to go within, keep your ego in check. This is really frustrating energy, because it almost feels like they're talking back to you. Like Spirit is talking back to you. Essentially saying like, you're impulsive, you're just moving from a place of ego. You need to check that. And I don't think that's the case here, but I think like y'all are having an argument. Y'all are in some type of beef here. Because Spirit is saying like, you're moving from your ego, check your fucking ego. But at the bottom of the deck, it's the Two of Cups. It's like, stop moving from your ego. Stop just doing whatever, whenever. Like, how about you check your shit? Clarify the Two of Cups for me. For fuck's sake. Still the same fucking cards. Yeah, sent out the exact same fucking cards that I literally said I didn't want. Again, because it's not letting me not take them, apparently. They're like, you're just moving to... okay. They're like, you're giving me half-baked fucking ideas, and you're thinking that you're gonna get fully baked fucking goods? Like, you didn't even put all the fucking ingredients in the recipe and you want it to turn out good? Like, yeah, okay. They're like, you're not being open and honest with yourself about what you truly want. And they're like, you need to dig deeper. You need to get past your surface level fucking egoic, like, I want something and I want something now. And like impulsively reacting on these relationships. This is not, this is like a back and forth kind of bullshit, but like it's like you're like, I'm putting my fucking foot down, this is crazy, which you have every right to do, and I do stand by you in that. But then Spirit is also saying like, okay, but if you're gonna put your fucking foot down, then so am I. Then you need to go the fuck within and stop moving from a place of lack. You're moving from a place of, oh, I don't care how it ends up, or like whatever, like I'll do it for the fucking plot type energy. And it's like, you keep giving me these fucking half-baked fucking ideas and you don't know what the fuck you actually want. I think you do know, because I just heard, I want myself, but I don't want to be alone. Like, you want to find yourself in somebody else, like a twin flame maybe sort of energy is like what I'm getting. Is like, I want myself in somebody else. Like, I've been showing up, like Spirit is saying you've been giving half-baked ideas, and I'm hearing from you, it's like, I've been showing up as I would want somebody to show up for me. I've been showing up in these relationships as I would want somebody to show up for me. You keep telling me that I have to grow and that I have to change and that I have to pass all these lessons, but when is enough enough? Like, enough is enough. Enough is enough. I got that in a channeled message last night. It's giving, because Spirit is saying like, you're not giving them enough. And it's like, that's making me feel like I'm not enough, because I'm showing up the way that I would want my partner to show up. I am not looking for somebody who's perfect. I'm looking for somebody who puts in the effort. I'm not looking for somebody who's perfect for me. I'm looking for somebody who's a perfect match, like puts in the perfect amount of effort and actually gives a fuck about how the relationship turns out, actually puts in effort to the relationship, doesn't just fucking let it go at the first sign of trouble or push me away. If they do push me away, I want them to come back. I want them to work on it. I want them to put in effort, like I've been putting in effort with all of these relationships. Spirit is saying, why don't you put in effort on yourself then? I'm sorry, there's like a back and forth going in my head right now. It's like they're saying like, you're just waiting for something outside of yourself to make you happy or make you complete. Like, maybe the reason these relationships aren't working out is because you're not happy within yourself. But then you're saying here, like, no, that's not the reason. Like, how am I going to... What do I look like trying to force somebody to stay when they don't want to stay, or work on a relationship when they don't want to work on a relationship? I let them go. Literally. I let them go and try to find new and better for myself. and I move on to the next. I bring my cup elsewhere. And then you tell me that it's impulsive. This is like I'm getting like very heavy, like 5 of Wands energy, like very much so conflicted energy, because for some reason Spirit's telling you to grow, but then you're like, no, I've been doing that and I still don't have the answers that I want. I still don't have any sort of clear direction or answers. You just keep telling me to move on from the next thing, move on to the next thing, and it's really disheartening. Like I don't feel fulfilled living my life this way. I don't feel fulfilled being this way. I want fulfilling connections, and the fact that I keep running into these things where it just doesn't work out, and it deconstructs before my eyes is really disheartening. And I just like, I don't feel like I'm worth a fuck ass thing, because this keeps happening over and over, and I keep moving. Literally, like if you look at this, it's like, okay, I keep moving from place to place. Like they're going opposite directions. It's like I'm changing things based on, you know, if something doesn't work out, I'm not staying in that energy, I'm moving. But then it's like I keep hitting the same issues. I keep hitting the same roadblocks. Are you moving from that place though? Are you moving from a place of feeling unfulfilled? Oh, I don't know. You are very emotionally mature. Like you have a lot of emotional intelligence. This is like a really odd energy. Like, again, it's so like, I don't know. You identify with your pain too much. You have for sure been through quite a bit here. You have been through a lot of hurt, a lot of heartbreak, a lot of this. But I'm seeing here like you're identifying with it too much. Like you keep trying to move on to the next thing and move on to the next thing, but you're like, in your head, you're genuinely believing like, oh, I'm not going to get this thing because it never works out for me. And you're not being honest with yourself about that. You're not being honest with yourself about the fact that you feel seen in the pain. You feel like you can only exist within the pain. Like there's kind of like, I'm seeing this image that someone drew for me once, and it was like there was a heart in the center and then like a little white space, but around all of that was just black, and like it was like chaos. And it's like you identify by being the eye, like the heart, the eye in the center of the storm. You identify too much with the storm. It's like you almost feel protected by your pain. Even though that's not, especially too here, like if you look at these two cards, like there's literally a storm outside. It's literally raining outside. And it's like, and it's nighttime, like it's dark. And like if you're being honest with yourself, you feel protected. You feel protected in hiding in a spot where only you can see you, where only you can be recognized. That's why Spirit is saying like you need to go deeper. It's not about the fact that I'm not giving you fulfilling relationships, which I don't think they are. Let's be real. I don't think they are sending you stuff, but it's like, even if I were to send you exactly what it is you want, like you are so shrouded behind all of your pain. You're identifying so heavily with all of your pain. It's like, don't you have any good stories to tell? Don't you have any kinder things to say about yourself? Don't you have, excuse me, don't you have like, I don't know. For fuck's sake. I'm leaving that. I'm sick of that. That pissed me off. Both of them pissed me off. Yeah, you identify too much with the storm. Almost like you identify too much with the transition. Like you have come to know yourself as somebody who, like, has consistent upheaval, so you expect it. So you expect it, so you manifest it, but, like, it's not, like, an unconscious, it's kind of an unconscious thing, but at the same time, it's like you're actively working towards upheaval constantly. Like, you're actively making choices that lead to your upheaval because you're used to constantly being in this phase of transition, this death. You're, like, constantly used to starting over, and you almost don't know, like, who you are without the constant transitional phases. Yeah. Yeah, it's time to be honest with yourself about that, about the fact that you are identifying with this transitional phase. I want to out myself a little bit, but yeah. But I'm not going to do this. This could be, like, in childhood, you maybe didn't have, in childhood or even adulthood, maybe you didn't have the most stable situation. And, like, what you don't see is that you're kind of perpetuating that. Literally, like, oh, where the fuck did that go? Oh, there it is. But you've been kind of perpetuating that into your adulthood if you had, like, a unstable childhood, or if you had unstable figures in your life and you were constantly shifting. Like, maybe you were constantly moving around as a kid, or you were, like, if you were in, like, the foster care system or something like that, you know, were bouncing from foster home to foster home and stuff like that. So people and things weren't consistent. And deep down on some level, you identify with that and you feel safe in that because it's what you know. And Spirit's like, I have tried several times to send you whatever, and you keep not intentionally, you keep self-sabotaging. Like, you keep unintentionally / intentionally sabotaging it. Again, you're identifying too much with the transition period. You're identifying too much with being somebody who maybe moves around a lot. Like, if you haven't put down roots anywhere, you maybe identify with somebody who travels a lot and, oh, I don't put down roots, even though deep down, like, you want some sort of roots. Like, you want roots, but you're like, oh, I don't put down roots. And maybe you're not in the right place, you know what I mean? So, like, there is some, like, travel that's required, but it's like you're constantly throwing yourself into these crazy, traumatic, like, upheaval loops because that's what you identify with. You identify as somebody with chaotic lore. Anyway, there's a need to kind of check that here. This really didn't give me any information on what is coming next after you address that. I feel like it needed to be I think it needed to be addressed that, like, hey, like, you need to actually see how you're perpetuating these cycles, is where, like, you're allowing this upheaval for yourself. You're making choices that, you know, will inevitably lead to this thing. And yes, I think maybe in the moment you're thinking about, like, wanting the connection or whatever the case is, but it's like there is also, like, a part of you who hasn't, like, given yourself roots or haven't given yourself that stability, so that when these things do happen, it's not a complete and utter, like, upheaval. You're not completely having to start over all the time. Yeah. So I think I'm going to do an extended reading. I will have that linked in the description, but that is going to kind of go into that's kind of gonna get into like, once you clear out this energy, once you acknowledge this and you're cognitive of it, and you're making steps with this like mental note in your head of like how you've moved in the past, what comes in for you, what does that bring in for you to be cognitive of this and take back control of your life? What does that bring for you? So again, that will be linked in the description. If you like this video, make sure to if you like this video, make sure to drop a like if you feel called to, drop a comment if you feel called to. If you are interested in a personal reading, that will be linked in the description below, as well as my other social media. Subscribe if you feel called to, but other than that, I hope you enjoyed the reading, and I will see you next time.